Alright, this is AP Macroeconomics, Session 3. For this lecture, I want to talk about price elasticity, and this one, I'm expecting it to be a shorter lecture than the other ones. I don't think this will take me as long to explain, so if you'll just pay attention to this, this is a really easy concept if it's paid attention to. So, let's get started. We're going to look at the demand side of a supply and demand curve. Hopefully you remember how to graph that. Now, I want to point out that the elasticity of the demand curve is not the same as the slope of the demand curve. They are two completely different things, even for a straight line to demand curve, and I'll explain that to you why. And this concept here is what drives a lot of people who study economics who are also very strong in math, drives them a little crazy, because you would think that the slope would be, is that if a slope is continuous, that the elasticity of the demand curve would also be continuous, but it is not, and I'm going to go through that, so please pay very close attention here. The midpoint of the demand curve is known as, this is unit, well, that point is unit elastic. Now, everything above this point on the demand curve is elastic, and everything below this point is inelastic. Now, by elastic, I mean, and it refers to the behavior of the consumer based on a price change. So, for the first example, I'm going to use a stick of gum. Let's say that a pack of gum. Let's say that a pack of gum costs 60 cents, which is relatively low on the price side of the demand curve. Let's see if we can get that a little bit closer so you can see it. Maybe the red's not good. I don't know. Hold up. Let's try blue. I'll come over there in just a second to see if it worked. Oh, much better. Okay. So let's say you have a 60-cent pack of gum. Very low on the price axis. Now, if you buy a 60-cent pack of gum every week, then you go to the same place every time, the chances of you leaving that place for a slight price increase is very small. I'm going to use 10% here. If 1 week the grocery store or gas station or wherever raises the price of a pack of gum by 10%, and it is now 66 cents for a pack of gum, are you really going to drive all over town looking for a store that will sell you a pack of gum for 6 cents less? If you have any sense in your mind, no, you're not. You are not going to waste gas money and drive all over the place trying to find a 60-cent pack of gum when you can buy one for 66 cents right there. 6 cents is not that much of a difference. Therefore, this part of the demand curve is inelastic because a price increase will not affect consumer behavior by any considerable amount. Now, in contrast to that, if we venture into the upper regions of the demand curve, let's say that you are looking for a $100,000 luxury sports car. That's way up here. Now, similar to the pack of gum example, if we raise the price of that $100,000 sports car by 10%, and the new price for the sports car is $110,000, a normal person with sense in their mind is going to be much more likely to look elsewhere for that same car if there's a $10,000 price difference. Now, but the key to this is, and the key to the elasticity principle, is that it's the same increase. It's a 10% increase for the pack of gum and for the car, but in the upper regions of the price area of your graph, then that price increase matters a lot more. So it is essential that you understand that slope and elasticity are not the same thing, that the upper point of the demand curve is elastic and the lower half of it is inelastic. Alright, now, in your notebooks, I'm going to zoom out and then I'll zoom back in. In your notebooks, I want you to determine if a 20% price increase for each of these prices is going to affect consumer behavior. I know that it's a bit objective. However, it's really not that difficult, and to make it even easier on you, I'm going to go ahead and give you what the 20% price increase is going to amount to. For $1, a 20% price increase is going to be $1.20. For $20, it is going to be $24. For $50, it is going to be $60. For $10, it is going to be $12. And for 1,000, it is going to be $1,200. So, I want you to determine if that much of a price change, going from the price in green to the price in black, is going to affect consumer behavior, or to make this a little bit more objective rather than subjective, which I'm sorry, I said objective before, but it's kind of subjective because it's all an opinion, and it would vary for the consumer. So to make this a little bit easier, I want you to just write a little bit each to back up each of those said statements of whether it's elastic